There are tons of businesses in GTA Online, and while most of them are great, the other half are terrible. And with most businesses being updated in the recent Criminal Enterprises DLC, certain businesses have become better while some have gotten even worse. So this video I'll be ranking every single business in GTA Online from best to worst as of 2022. Starting off in the best tier, it is one of the best passive income businesses in the game, and it's the Bunker, taking the best slot for many reasons. Throughout this video you're going to hear the term passive income a lot. So what does this mean exactly? Well, in the Bunker you are required to bring in supplies which your staff will generate to create product in which you can sell for a profit, rendering you no effort required, as all you need to do is get the supplies. This is exactly what the Bunker is, and there will be many other passive income businesses throughout this video. Like every business in the game, you can choose to steal supplies or buy them. To of course save time, it's 100% recommended that you always buy supplies for your businesses. A full batch of supplies will cost $75,000, however this will sell for a total amount of $210,000, and if you sell to Los Santos. This usually takes around 2 hours and 20 minutes to fully produce, which means you're effectively making 95k per hour with a total profit of 135k when buying the supplies. Now what about a full bunker? Well, that will sell for $1,050,000, taking a total of 5 full batches of supplies, which means you get a profit of $675,000 for a full bunker, which is a really good return on investment. However, let's talk about the recent changes made to the bunker with the Criminal Enterprises DLC, which helps keep the bunker in the best business slot. A new mission was added which is called the ammunition contract. This will spawn in your bunker every 48 minutes, and if you start the mission, all you need to do is drive the weapon parts to a specific ammunition and you will earn $50,000. Some very easy money for doing nothing. The best thing to do is buy one batch of supplies for 75k, then complete the ammunition contract earning you 50k, which leaves you with a 25k return on profit. Then when you go to sell the 210k from the supplies, you will instead receive a 160k profit back, which is a great amount of money. And with all that being said, that is why the bunker kicks us off in the best slot. Moving on to the good tier now, and we are starting this tier off with the special crate warehouse. Before the Criminal Enterprises DLC, I thought that the crate warehouse belonged in the trash tier, and at the time it did. However, as of September 2022, the crate warehouse deserves the spot in good. Before, the only way of making money from the crate warehouse was of course buying free crates for a total of $18,000 and then painfully completing the long and boring source missions. After this, you had to repeat these missions several times until you filled up your warehouses, and then awaited a double money event to sell those warehouses and earn a huge profit. And while that was a decent way to earn money, you no longer need to do that. The Criminal Enterprises DLC introduced staff members. These will all spawn in every warehouse that you own, and if you go to any of these staff members and you can pay them $7,500 to source crates for you, what they will then do is head out on a source mission and get crates for your chosen warehouse. They can bring back 1 crate or 2 crates or even 3 crates. However, the more crates, the rarer the chance of your staff collecting them. For example, the spawn rate are as follows: 59% chance of 1 crate, 28% chance for 2 crates, and 13% chance for 3 crates, with there being a 1% chance of a special crate item. So what is so good about the staff sourcing these crates? Well, it means you don't really have to put in any work, because the biggest downside to the crate warehouse was the long and boring missions. However, the staff members will all source you crates while you don't have to do anything. The biggest downside is that they will take a total of 48 minutes to retrieve these crates, but the staff members will work offline, meaning you can source all crates for your warehouses, and if you exit the game and come back 48 minutes later, then the staff will have sourced them for you. For all of these reasons, the crate warehouse claims the good spot on this list. Pushing down to the average businesses, next up on the list is the MC Clubhouse, which goes in the average spot. And I know what you're all thinking, wait a damn minute, the Clubhouse is a business now? Yes, it is. With the Criminal Enterprises DLC, the Clubhouse has become a great passive income stream for some side cash, as well as a small scale business. Before the update, the Clubhouse served no purpose except for buying MC businesses, but not anymore. If you own the custom bike shop for your Clubhouse, which costs $530,000, then you get access to the customer bike deliveries. These bikes can spawn in your Clubhouse every 30 minutes, however they have a 50% rate of spawning. Essentially, these customer deliveries are exactly the same as the auto shop ones. missions. All you have to do is customize the bike to the customer's needs and then sell it. The service cost is $10,000 every time, and you will always earn 50k for delivering the bikes, which is a decent amount of cash for whenever you stumble across these bikes in your clubhouse. The next change made was the addition of the bar business. All you need to do is head to your bar and complete a bar resupply mission. This basically generates you some very easy passive income. All you have to do is complete a resupply mission to begin receiving customers, and then you will start to earn 30k every 48 minutes. And the best part is, just like the crate warehouse, the staff members will run offline. So once you head back online, your money will be waiting at the cash icon in your personal quarters. Heading down into the worst businesses, next up in trash, we have the facility. The facility has become a long lost business, and most people don't look at the facility for money making opportunities. However, the facility allows you to start up a set of heists, the doomsday scenario. These heists can be done with 2 players or more. However, the main issue with these heists is the time in which it takes to complete them. There is a total of 3 different acts. For every act, there is a setup mission which requires a setup mission. It's a very annoying and time wasting set of heists because each prep will require you to do a setup mission, and this will mean every act of the heist will take 1 or even 2 hours to complete. And you may be thinking, well, for all of this effort, the payouts must be worth it. Well, not really. Altogether, on hard mode, Act 1 will pay $812,000, Act 2 will pay $1.1 million, and finally Act 3 will pay out $1.5 million, which for 2 players, maybe if you're going a 50 and 50% cut, you are walking away with hardly any money, less than $1 million for Act 3, which is totally not worth the time that you put in. And finally, the bad side of the facility is of course the orbital cannon, but the less said about that, the better. Now heading into the worst business, at the last spot we have the hangar. At first glance, the hangar may not seem like a business because the main and only reason that you would ever want to own a hangar is because of the ability to store aircrafts. If you do not own a hangar, you can't purchase certain helicopters and definitely not any planes. But if you own a hangar, you can of course store your personal aircrafts and customize them, which is the only good side of the business. However, for money making, that is where things go downhill. Each supply mission for one single crate can take you upwards of 10 or 15 minutes. The missions are extremely long and tedious to carry out and totally not worth it for the amount of income that you earn. The hangar requires you to receive a certain type of good to then sell in a full amount. Sometimes this can take over 12 hours to fill up, or in other words, 12 hours of the terrible missions, and the profit is just not worth it. Each crate is worth around $5,000, which enough said about that. Do not buy this business, and that is why it stays in trash. Back on over to the best businesses, and it fits this tier perfectly because it is the best MC business in the game, the Coke Lockup. Not just the Coke Lockup, but all MC businesses in general received a huge buff in the expanded and enhanced version of GTA Online because every MC business received a 25% increase in profit on all platforms, including old gen. This means they will earn a lot more money than they did, and one of those is of course the Coke Lockup. Like I mentioned at the start, this is a passive income business, meaning it requires hardly any effort. A full Coke Lockup will sell for a total of $525,000 with the 25% bonus. Like I said with a bunker, you should always buy supplies, which means this will cost a total of $165,000 for a full warehouse, giving you a profit of $360,000 for the Coke Lockup. And this is why it's the best MC business. However, like every MC business, the biggest downfall is the sell missions. Sometimes you can receive terrible sell vehicles which are considered impossible to sell as a solo player, which includes the post-op vans. If you want to avoid these type of missions and only receive one vehicle, then always sell the Coke Lockup stock when it reaches halfway full, so that you only ever receive 2 sell vehicles, making it a lot easier to sell solo. Back into the good slot now, and next up is the agency, one of GTA Online's most recent businesses, and the agency is an insanely good business that not many people touch upon. The agency has 3 main ways of earning money. The first way is through passive income. The more security contracts that you complete, the more passive income that you earn from the agency wall safe. The agency's wall safe is maxed out at $250,000, and one security contract is worth $100 of daily income, and the maximum amount of daily income is $20,000, which means in order to receive the most amount of daily income, you need to complete a total of 201 security contracts, which is a huge grind but totally worth it. Now the next way to earn money is from the Dr. Dre contract. This is a mission which consists of larger scale setup missions, and usually this can take around 1 to 2 hours to complete, and if you complete this contract you will earn $1 million, which is a decent chunk of money but not worth repeating more than once. And the final way to earn money is from payphone hits. These are small scale assassination missions which have a certain assassination bonus which you can complete. Doing so, you will earn $75,000 for around 5 minutes of work, which is really nice. With all of these money making methods, the agency deserves the good slot. In the average slot, next up is the high-end apartments. Once again, you may be thinking that the high-end apartments are far from a business, but it's not the property itself, it's what you have access to. Just like the facility, the apartments allow you to start up a set of heists. There is a total of 5 different heists, ranging from the Fleeca job to Pacific Standard. For the most part, the Criminal Enterprises DLC added a small 50% bonus to these heists. However, even that didn't make them any better. They still don't pay out all that great. However, it's not the heist themselves, it's a large bonus that it is tied to them. This is called the Criminal Mastermind Challenge. All you need to do is complete every heist with the same 4 people on hard mode without losing a single life. Too much to ask for? Well, the reward is worth the risk. Doing this, you will earn $11 million and a lot of memories to cherish. So if you can find a solid group of 4 people, then try and complete this challenge. Back into the trash businesses, next up we have one of the worst MC businesses. You see, I gave praises to the Coke Lockup, but the green stuff, or the devil's lettuce, this MC business is trash. Even with the 25% increase, that does not affect this business at all. To save you some money and time, let me break down the money that you will earn from it. You will make $315,000 for a full business, however the supply cost will be $150,000, giving you a profit of $165k. Stay away from this MC business at all costs. On the topic of businesses to stay away from, the worst MC business slot is the document forgery office. You thought that the other business was bad? Well, this one tops that off. A full document forgery will give you a total profit of $67,000. If that doesn't deserve tears, then I don't know what will. This business is one of the worst businesses that you should never look at and never buy, so it deserves the worst business slot. Moving on from the worst businesses, let's jump back into the best businesses. Next up is the Nightclub. By far, if not one of the best businesses in the game. There are many factors which is why this is the best business. In my earlier days, I would have put the Nightclub in the good slot, however, that is more than false. After the Criminal Enterprises DLC, there is 2 main ways of earning money. The first way is from the warehouse. To sum it up in the best way possible, on your warehouse computer there is a total of 5 technicians. These technicians need to be assigned to a specific type of good, which is connected to a business that you own. If you have all MC businesses, the bunker, and the crate warehouse, then all you need to do is assign the technicians to that specific good. This will earn you a ton of money and some of the easiest passive income. Now what about when it comes to selling your stock? Well, here's where the Nightclub becomes even better. It is one of the most solo friendly businesses because you will always get one single sell vehicle no matter how much stock there is, which makes it insanely easy to sell. Now the second way of making money is from the wall safe passive income. The more popularity that you have in the Nightclub, the more daily income that you earn. Just like the agency safe, the Nightclub safe is maxed out at $250,000 and the daily income limit is $50k per day, which can be earned with 100% popularity. So the best way to increase popularity is from new missions added with the Criminal Enterprises DLC. These random events can require you to escort VIPs from your Nightclub. Doing this will increase your popularity, taking only 5 minutes, and that is why the Nightclub is a personal favourite of mine. Heading back to the good slot, next up to change the pace we have a very popular active business. This is the complete opposite of passive income, the vehicle warehouse. This requires a ton of work put in to see a return on profit. There is a total of 3 different vehicles that you can source and sell. Standard, which earns you 30k, mid-range, which earns you 50k, and top range, which is the best, earning you 80k. There is a total of 32 different vehicle types that can spawn. 10 of them are mid and 10 of them are standard, leaving the last 12 vehicle types to be top range. This means to make the most money possible, you need to only have top range vehicles to sell. To do this, you must source all 20 standard and mid range to only ever get top range. This is a ton of work that needs to be put in, and it takes a lot of time out of your grind, which most players don't have the time, nor do they want to. However, the profit that you earn can be worth it. In the average slot, next up is another recent business in GTA Online, and that is the auto shop. The auto shop has two main ways of making money. The first and best way is from the auto shop contracts. On average, these can take a player around 30 minutes to an hour to complete, and these contracts can pay between 100k to 300k, with the best contract being the Union Depository contract, earning you 300k. The second way is from the customer deliveries. These are exactly like the Clubhouse customer deliveries, where you choose specific modifications and then sell to the customer for a small amount of income, which can be around 50k. In the best slot, we have of course the Kosatka, GTA Online's most notorious business for solo players. However, recent changes made to the Cayo Perico heist, which can be launched from the Kosatka, made many players worried. A 2-hour cooldown for solo playthroughs of the Cayo Perico heist. However, this doesn't affect you much at all. This heist will still take you around 1 hour to complete, including the preps, and of course it still manages to defeat all other money making opportunities in this list in terms of profit per hour. Even if you get the worst targets, you're still making around 1.3 million per hour, which is amazing, and that is of course why the Kosatka will stay in the best slot. Back into the good slot, we are returning to the MC businesses. Next is the Cash Factory. To put it short, this is one of the best MC businesses, coming close to the Coke Lockup. The profit for the Cash Factory is 217k per sell mission, which is decent and a lot better than the other MC businesses that we mentioned, so that is why it stays in the good slot. Finishing off the best slot for the best businesses in GTA Online, and that goes to the arcade. The arcade has two main ways of earning money. The first and most known way is of course allowing you to start the casino heist. On average, this heist, including preps, can take you less than an hour to complete with friends, and judging on which targets you receive, you can walk away with around 1 million. Again, depending on your cut and vault contents. The second way is from the wall safe. To increase income on the wall safe, you need to own arcade machines. The more arcade machines you own, the more daily income you earn. The best way to do this is by purchasing one arcade machine and placing it in every slot in your arcade. This way, you will always earn the daily income. And on a final note, a great addition to the arcade is an upgrade called the Master Control Terminal. This upgrade allows you to check on every single business that you own from one single location. You can resupply, check stock, do everything from one spot. It's amazing and saves you a lot of time. Now finally, wrapping it up with the good businesses, the final MC business we haven't talked about is of course the Mr. White Lab. We all know what I mean by this. This is the second best MC business in the game. The profit per sale is $281,000, which again is a lot better and comes close to the Coke Lockup, so it deserves its spot in the good businesses. Wow, that was a lot to unfold, but I hope this video did help and give you guys a decision on which businesses you should own in GTA Online. If it did, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as drop a like on this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.